Hi everybody, Jarrett Bolzer here to show you how Apple's Classroom app for iPad works with TabPilot MDM for schools. As you may know, an MDM is required to configure the Classroom app before it can be used, and we'll take a look at the few simple steps that are needed to do that through Control Tower. So I'm already logged into Control Tower through my browser here, and the steps that we need to take is we need to make sure our students and teachers are entered, that they are assigned to their iPads, unless you're using shared iPad, and the classes are set up. So I've got my users list here. I'm also going to show you under device groups the devices we'll be working with. So I've got a group called Teacher iPads. You can see there's one device in that group, and that's the large one on the bottom right of my screen that you see there. And then I have a group called 6th grade, and I've got 4 iPads in this group. I've got 2 of them mirrored to my screen that you can see here at the bottom. So with those devices in here, I'm going to go to 2 places in users. First, Control Tower users are where my teachers are located. So I already have my teacher, Albert, in the system here, but Albert has not been assigned to an iPad. So I'm simply going to click on Albert's account here and look at user details, and then I'm going to click on Set Device, and I'm going to assign him this red iPad Air 2. So there's the teacher iOS device. I click Save, and that's ready to go. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my student users. So if I go over here to school users and we look at, let's just use the first one here, Bob Land. I'll click on Bob. And for assigned devices, I'm going to click Add. And I will choose the black iPad Mini 4 to assign to him. So that's how I assign a device or a student to a device. Now, in both of these cases, instead of choosing the user first and selecting the device, I have an alternate way of doing that, and that is I can look at the device details and assign to the user. And both of these that I'm showing you now are the manual methods for assigning devices. So if I go to device groups and I look at 6th grade, I've got an iPad here I call Map Mini because the case has a map on the front of it. So if I click on that, now I can say that I want to assign a school user, which is a student. And in this case, I will choose Larry Luck. So either assign the student or teacher to a device or a device to a student and teacher. Either way, we're accomplishing the same thing. And you can see here in the school user column that all 4 of my 6th grade iPads are assigned. Now later when you're using if you're using shared iPad mode, you won't need to be doing device assignments. That will happen automatically each time the student logs into a device. The system will know which device they're using. So students and teachers are both assigned to devices. Now it's just a matter of setting up classes. So I'm going to switch to the classes area over here. And each teacher, when they create classes, they become the owner of the class. Those are the classes they will see in the Classroom app. I'm logged in as an administrator, so I can actually assign teachers to classes or even change the teacher. So if I look, for example, at this afternoon class, and I go to class details, you can see the owner is Johnny at Sunrise, and I'm going to switch this to Albert so that Albert is now the teacher for this class. So as soon as I make a change to a class or add students to a class, that configuration is pushed out to that teacher's iPad so the Classroom app will recognize it. So the next thing I'm going to check is setting up the devices or students that are in the class, and you can see I have all 4 of my 6th grade students in there. So at this point, let's make this iPad a little bigger so you can see what's going on here. I'm going to open the Classroom app, and you can see that my teacher, Albert, now sees all 4 student devices, Bob, Jeremy, Larry, and Sally, and can do the different features within the Classroom app, like viewing the student screens, opening an application, doing the screen lock, that sort of thing. So when I open the app, you'll notice it already populated this class. If I make any change to this class, for example, suppose I take Sally Smith and remove Sally from the class, you'll see that after a moment, Sally's iPad automatically disappears from the Classroom app. So TabPilot automatically takes all class changes, additions, and edits and automatically pushes them to the Classroom app on the teacher's iPad and makes sure that the student iPads can respond appropriately as well. So let's go ahead and add Sally back into the class. And you'll see after just a moment, Sally will appear back on the teacher's iPad. So what about multiple classes? Okay, so let's go back into classes and let's just create a real quick little class here. Let's just call it the after school group. And we're going to assign Albert as the teacher. Now, if Albert creates this class while he's logged into Control Tower, it will automatically assign him as the owner, and there won't be a choice to assign another teacher. So all of a teacher's classes are automatically assigned to them if they're creating their own. So let's just go ahead and add just Jeremy and Larry to this class. And you'll notice in the classroom app now that there's a My Classes section on the top left. So now when this teacher opens the app or taps on My Classes, you can see automatically the afternoon class is available. If I switch to it as this teacher, it does bring up that class, except I chose the wrong one. I didn't want afternoon class, I wanted after school group. Okay, so there's the after school group with just Jeremy and Larry in there, and I can do the screen views and all of the other functions. So it's pretty much automatic. It's just a matter of configuring classes, and those changes will automatically be pushed out to student and teacher iPads. And just to show you that all of this is live, as you're seeing on the desktop, I'm going to go back to afternoon class here, and we'll make one of these iPads a little bit bigger, and we'll switch over to screen views. And you'll see that when I change, for instance, let's just open the settings app on this iPad and Edmodo on this iPad, you'll see the thumbnail screens in the classroom app are changing appropriately. For example, I can tap on Sally and view screen, and you can see in real time as Sally navigates through and changes things, we're going to be able to see that. And we can do the same on Jeremy and do a full screen view on his iPad as well. So that's a little tour of how we work with the Classroom app, completely automated, and thank you for watching.